Jeffrey Stein, who has written extensively on Elon Musk and his efforts. And John, I keep harping on the metaphor, but it's an apt one. And I don't feel it's completely coincidental, but the chainsaw and the wood chipper from Elon Musk is now all of a sudden a scalpel. That's a big change. And it's a big change in the type of rhetoric that we've heard from the president. What do you think it is that he's hearing that prompted this?
I think it's quite obvious, John. The laws of politics often track the laws of physics. And the laws of physics in politics, you have a wind at your back, you go that way. You advance your agenda. You say, I have the force behind me. Let's do what I want to do. When you have headwinds, you go backwards. You go that way. And that's what the president has right now. He's hearing it from members of Congress about Elon Musk. He's hearing it from some of his own cabinet secretaries that he's coming into my department and messing with my business, and it's causing me problems because he's firing people that I need. Somebody's gone, and I need them at their desk. So the president is hearing it. Republicans in Congress are being pretty quiet right now, but when you take what they're hearing about Musk and then what they're hearing from the business community and their farmers and others about the tariffs, the president in his speech blamed Joe Biden a lot. The president today blamed globalists for the markets. Republicans in Congress with narrow majorities in both chambers, a tiny, tiny majority of the House, are worried voters in 2 years will blame them. And they're sending that message to the White House very early in the Trump term.
Jeff, you've got terrific reporting on Elon Musk and all of his efforts here. How much of a change do you expect from what was announced today?
Yeah, well, thanks for the kind words. And I just want to emphasize that while everything John is saying is completely correct, that Musk seems to have been dealt a bit of a blow in the White House today, we know that Musk is not just dependent, I think this is a really crucial point, is not just dependent on cabinet secretaries with independent power bases confirmed by the Senate to execute his agenda. And what I mean by that is that DOGE has very successfully gotten Musk allies, Musk deputies installed at crucial sort of nodes of power within the government, whether that's the Social Security Administration, where an ally of Musk is currently the acting commissioner, the General Services Administration, which is in charge of all federal buildings, the Office of Personnel Management. I could go on and on because this is the sort of the HR department for the government. Musk has people throughout the government that are kind of his people. And while, it might be useful for Trump to say, Secretary Hegseth, Secretary Rubio, you don't have to do everything he says. He has allies who can do quite a lot on their own. And just, further to emphasize the point that Musk might have a lot of runway left, a lot of the Trump, cabinet appointees agree with Musk's substantive changes to the government. So they are on board with a lot of the things he wants to do. They might want more consultation. They might want more sort of ability to recommend things. But there's, I think, still a good reason to believe that we're in the very early innings of DOGE.
These are great points. We're going to have to see what happens the next few days and what we see publicly the next few days. John, you've got a report that we're going to show in just a few minutes from Canada on the discussion over tariffs there. But here in Washington, again, just a very blatant retreat from President Trump on what was a signature issue during the campaign and a signature issue during the first few weeks. And these were the tariffs to Canada and Mexico. I just wonder what you think is driving this. Is this the stock markets? Are these the headwinds you're talking about? How concerned is this White House about the economic message out there?
Well, I would say at the top, and just like the previous conversation, Trump is saying things about Elon Musk because of the political incoming. As was just noted, let's see what he actually does, if he actually does it, because he says things a lot, and you see if the power actually shifts. But he's getting incoming. Same on tariffs. He's just getting, he does follow the stock market. He didn't said that's not the reason today, and he said globalists are doing that, but he does follow the stock market, and he likes to think that everything under him will go up. But he's also getting a lot of incoming, including from his own Commerce Secretary, who's gone on a couple of business shows, Fox Business and CNBC, to try to nudge the president along a little bit, that it's causing a lot of disruption. The main point from people, even people who support the tariffs and even people who oppose tariffs, say, Mr. President, make up your mind. Make up your mind. Businesses need to plan. And that's what they're getting a lot of income from allies in the business community, that make up your mind. Even if we don't like it, we want to know what it is.